ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
It's Monday Night Football. Your reaction is all over the place to the hiring of Art Briles at Eastern New Mexico University. Former Isotopes manager is now the Rockies manager. We got a ton to do today. Happy Tuesday, boys and girls. And thanks for finding the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
Good morning.
Good morning. We start as we do on Tuesdays. Going down to Las Cruces, where I got to believe they're still wobbling in their shoes after what was a really exciting win in the Battle of I-10. Aggies beat UTEP 34-31 on Saturday past. UTEP scored with about 50-something seconds to go to take a 4-point lead, and Adam DeMonte, making his first start at quarterback for New Mexico State, the sophomore led his team down the field, throws a touchdown pass, and the Aggies go back to Las Cruces with a pair of trophies. The head football coach at New Mexico State is Tony Sanchez, and he joins us this morning. Y'all still wobbling in your shoes? Congratulations on a big win.
No, I appreciate it. It was really happy for the guys and everybody in the organization. It was a much-needed win, and it's great to beat a rival. So, that was really good. But we're done wobbling, and we're moved on. It's Middle Tennessee week, and we got to get ready for another one.
Now, it was a big one because you needed a win, and you'd lost so many of those games that they came down to the end like that. And I thought on the drive that UTEP scored to take the lead, there was a big play. You had a sack for about 18, 20 yards, and there was a face mask on it. And they showed your face real quickly, and I can only imagine what was going through your mind. Then they hit on a 34-yard touchdown with, 50-something seconds to go, and your young quarterback had the poise. Walk us through the emotions of that whole scenario.
Yeah, our D-line was doing a really good job. It looked like we had, it looked like we were about to end it there with that sack. And, just an effort play. It wasn't a meaningful deal. And then, he ends up grabbing the face mask on accident. And so they extend it, and then we still get them to a 4th and 10. And, they kind of just shoot one up. We got great coverage, and the ball's underthrown, and the guy kind of slides down and makes a catch. You're like, yeah, and then they hit the one at the end, and it's, one of those deals where, we've been there before. You felt a little bit of a deflation out there, and we just kind of had to, look at the guys and say, hey, let's go. Come on, we've been here before. We got 2 timeouts, got 50-some-odd seconds. Let's see what we can do. And, just the drive started was phenomenal. Hit King over the middle and got, a 20-some-odd yard, gain almost down to the middle of the field. And a couple more completions, and then we ended up calling a run play with 30-some-odd seconds left. Took us down to the 10-yard line, and then 2 plays later hit King. And it was just really good to see Adam settle in and just, not be overwhelmed by the moment and just make some plays. And like you said, we've, 3 times we've been on the opposite end of that last play of the game. So it was really good for us to, to finish this thing off. Our guys have showed a lot of guts all season long. And again, to have the fortitude to finish that thing off was outstanding.
Adam DeMonte, 29 for 41, 253. 3 touchdowns and an interception in his first start. What was the thought process there? Was Logan hurt, or was it just coach's decision? Let's mix it up and see what Adams got.
Well, Logan was definitely banged up after after the Tennessee game. So just kind of watching the way he was, during the week, we knew that he wouldn't be ready to go. So it was kind of an easy decision there. And it was rocky at first. I mean, we threw a pick early on. He dropped the snap and they recovered, and those both kind of contributed to touchdowns. Defense obviously was sleepwalking. We found ourselves down 21-0, so it was a rough start for Adam. But after that, after he kind of got to the sideline, and Coach Yost, Coach Mazzoni did a great job of settling him in and talking him through some of those things. He did. He settled down. We were able to execute a fake punt, in the at the end of the first quarter, and led to our first touchdown. And from there, we rattled off 24 straight points. So he did a really, really good job of just settling in and just kind of, leaning into the run game a little bit, and making some easy throws, and we were able to get back to a 21-21 lead at halftime.
Tony Sanchez, New Mexico State head football coach, joining us. And on that final drive, TK King, the catch in the back of the end zone. It's his first receiving touchdown of his collegiate career. Just what'd you make of that catch in the back of the end zone and that throw in that moment?
Yeah, obviously not having him for those first 4 games was, that made a huge difference. I mean, he's already got 31 catches for 400 yards and just hadn't been in the end zone. Sometimes it happens that way. But, again, for him to have the poise to make the catch and kind of toe-tap that back end zone. And again, he had the catch on the first play of the drive, too, to get us, over 20 yards and get us close to midfield. So it doesn't surprise us, just when you give guys like that opportunity to make plays.
And you look at, coming back, and part of that was another turnover. You guys have 11 takeaways. A takeaway in 11 straight games defensively. Just, man, what's the key to that unit just being hungry and finding the football?
Coach Morris always tells those guys, swarm and compete, and they take a lot of pride in it. We do a great job of running to the football. That first guy in, ends the play, second guy in, create the turnover. We've done a really good job of being ball hawkish. That interception we have was outstanding. Stilton McKilvery just did. It was a diving toe tap, and they were their quarterback was actually trying to throw the ball away. He wasn't even trying to complete it. He thought he was throwing it away, and we literally, caught it as we were, going out of bounds. So, again, just if you play hard, you run with the football with your hair on fire, you give yourself opportunities. And, again, Coach Morris and the defensive staff done a great job of emphasizing that, and it has come up.
Tony, you get Middle Tennessee to round up the season on Saturday. Let's start here. Who's your starting quarterback on Saturday?
Well, we'll see. I mean, we got to see how healthy Logan looks. He's got to be 100%. He's got to feel good. Again, Adam's coming off a good game, and he's healthy, and he's got some fresh legs. So, we want to make sure we don't put Logan into a bad situation. So we'll hit the field here this morning, and let those guys work their way around, and then we'll make a decision midweek early on. We'll make sure that Adam's prepared to go, though.
Is this a bit of a tough one because it's been essentially the last game of Logan's career, right? But you got a young quarterback who's playing well, and I don't know how much you're looking forward to next season or know what's going to happen next season. I mean, Lord knows today's college football what happens, but I'm going to assume if Logan's healthy, they both play.
There's a good chance of that, absolutely. Again, you like I said, Adam had a chance to come in towards the end of that Tennessee game, which I think really helped him last week. And then, he once he settled down after that first quarter, he played a really good, solid game. And then Logan's obviously done a ton for us this entire year. He's given us chances in a lot of games. Helped us win some games, and so again, it's one of those deals where you just got to kind of see how it plays itself out. And I'm proud of both those guys. Yeah.
All right. The opportunity now to close out with 2 wins in a row. Middle comes in; they're 2-9, 1-6 in conference, and you guys have an opportunity to get to 5-7, which is obviously short of the goal. But to close out with 2 wins would mean what for this football team going into the offseason?
Will be huge. I mean, I told the guys a couple of weeks ago we want nothing more than to, when it's our time to go with a little disappointment over 2025, knowing that, we let a bunch of ones slip away on the last play of the game that, could have changed the entire season. I mean, you could be playing for a conference championship right now if you just make 1 or 2 more plays in a couple of those games. So can't worry about that now. Right now we want to worry about, just getting this win. If we get to 5, it'll be the 4th time in 21 years that we've gotten to 5. That's not the goal. We won't be settled with that at all, but it'll show, massive improvement. And, and again, the biggest thing for us is going to be as we move forward is going to be the retention. We've gotten absolutely killed with the retention piece, the last couple of years. So we have a good group of young guys. If we can retain this, if we can win this game, get our seniors to 5, win in the last 2, you get these guys that are coming back, get some momentum going for the offseason, into the recruiting season. We're going to have a ton of recruits down here this weekend. We had a bunch that, that are here right now that, all week long we're going to have guys in. So all that stuff makes a difference. And then, again, if you can just get, move the needle just a little bit, the entire season can be different, a year from now. So, again, we got to focus on this one, finish this thing off. But we're excited about it. It's going to be a beautiful day, 60-some-odd degrees, right after Thanksgiving. So it'll be a fun day.
And, Coach, you've talked about over the last few weeks that if you watch this team, they're playing hard. The effort has still been there, and that's evident again. But to be able to, turn that corner late and get that victory in those final moments, what does it mean to you and that locker room that you guys are, fighting to the very end?
Well, that's the thing. If anybody's paid attention to this team, the grit's unbelievable. It's, you're down early in that, that Liberty game. You had, the fumble punt and the kick return for a touchdown, and that's what puts you in a hole. And, you rattle off 21 unanswered points. You score in that second half, and then, again, another fumble punt, and, it's like, oh, my goodness. And then the guys still battle back to the last-second field goal. And then, you get a couple weeks later, and you're playing, Missouri State, and you battle back at the end, you tie, you go to overtime and lose it, and you're down 24-0 to Kennesaw State. You battle back. You have the ball down 3 on the 30-yard line going in. You end up missing a field goal, and so those guys. There's been so much wow. Disappointment at the very end. The New Mexico game was a 4-point game deep into the fourth quarter. There's been so many times where you're in striking distance and you have to make some plays, and we haven't been able to do it. So for our guys to practice the way they have, to show up the way they have all year, the way they're lifting the weights, they show up to field. This team has not been hard to coach at all, man. They got great character. They have a great constitution. They love football. They're good guys, and that's why they had an opportunity to to come back from being in a hole again, taking the lead, looked like you're going to put it away, losing it, and then getting it again at the end. That was that was a character win.
You talked about some missed field goals throughout the year. David Barker's now your kicker, and he was named Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Week. He's 46-yarder for him. It makes a big difference when you can rely on your kicker, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. Ryan Hawk's hurt, so he's been out. So we've been playing a freshman out doing the kickoffs, and then Barker's doing the extra points and the field goals. And Hawk's missed some kicks. We've asked him to kick some long ones. He's made some long ones. I think 51's his highest. But Barker going in, he had a lot of nervous energy a week ago, at Tennessee, and he made one field goal. He missed an extra point. And, our range is kind of like, if the ball's at the 25, it's kind of his max. And we find ourselves at, the 29-yard line, and we're like, oh, man, you're kind of in no man's land because it's fourth and extra long. You're not going to punt it down there. And we weren't sure if he was going to have the distance, to be honest with you. And he drilled it with about 10 yards to go, so I was really happy for him. 2 field goals made all those extra points. Big reason we won the game.
All right. I appreciate the time always. We'll catch up with you next week, and we'll put a bow on the season, but appreciate all the time. Good luck. Have a great Thanksgiving, you and your family. Do you guys do a team Thanksgiving? What are you doing with the boys on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we do. We'll bring them in the morning. We'll practice, and we got a big Chala's going to come in and cook a big Thanksgiving feast for our guys, so we'll make sure we break bread and celebrate the day and, and families and all that good stuff. So, yeah, so happy Thanksgiving to you guys, too, and it's a great American week, right? Turkey Day and football.
No, it's about as good as it gets. Enjoy it. Have a great Thanksgiving. Good luck against the Blue Raiders on Saturday, and we'll catch up with you next Tuesday.
Oh, I appreciate you. Go Aggies.
Thanks, Tony. Tony Sanchez, the head coach at New Mexico State, coming off a big win over UTEP. It was like, I understand where it is in the pantheon of the entire sportsiverse, but for those two programs, that was a big deal. That's why I tell you, I think that it's great they play that game late in the season because it matters for both those programs. It's a game that really matters for two programs that have been eliminated from bowl competition, but they had 2 trophies to play for. It was a big deal for both those fan bases. Now, do they get a bigger crowd maybe early in the season?
Probably get a bigger crowd early in the season, but still, you appreciate the effort in that game, playing to the end, especially when you're around a team, and to have guys locked in and playing to the end. That's what you want. That's all you can ask for really at that point too as a coach, because there's so much movement in college sports. Guys could already be thinking about what's next, but for everyone to be bought in and still finishing and play to the end, that's what you want to see.
Feel to you like they found a quarterback for next year, maybe? I mean, maybe.
Talk to me in August.
Yeah, because who knows who's going to be where? Yeah, 100%. All right, appreciate that. We'll set the table for you. We got a full guest list today. Coming up at 8:45, San Diego State football coach Sean Lewis is going to be with us. Aztecs are in Albuquerque on Friday. It is that big game against New Mexico. Sean Lewis has done a terrific job with San Diego State. We're going to catch up with Sean Lewis coming up at 8:45 and get the Aztecs side of this big game on Friday. And then coming up at 9 o'clock, John LaQuasto, who's a sports broadcaster and a comedian who's coming into town to do some comedy. We'll catch up with Johnny and talk to him coming up at 9 o'clock. So we got a lot to do today. The numbers to get in, 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Axis _JJ Buck. And, of course, Adrian's producing on TV. We're on Xfinity Channel 26, our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. We will get into Monday Night Football and another rough night on the basketball court with a lot of opportunities for the Mountain West Conference. Some close, some not very close. We'll get into that next here on The Sports Animal. Who watches your home when you're not there? Who watches your home when you are there? My house, it's the good guys. It's International Protective Service. IPS has watched my home for years. Affordable, private security in a town where we all know property crime is real, officer shortage is an issue. IPS is there to protect what you have worked so hard to build. They respond within 7 minutes or less. That's their normal response time when alarms go off at properties which they monitor. Officers, police, hours, if not days, they just don't have enough people to get to all the calls they get. IPS provides standing guards. You want eyes on your property around the clock? They'll do that for you. They'll install alarms, camera systems, even have a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. All of this raises the level of security around your home and around your business. So, who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys. IPS at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420. They are online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Utah shuts things down once again. 25-19.
Faithful empty backfield. Lewis brings down the high snap. Now he's firing, looking for Smith. One-on-one, and George makes the catch. The transfer from Robertson hauls it in for the Matadors touchdown.
Pruitt puts it across. Ava Ashley. Ashley puts it down. Gain 4 goes to Albuquerque High. 25-12. We'll take a quick break.
Breaking through, Wyatt sees a hole, and he's gonna go. What a play, 70-yard touchdown. Watkins handed off to Herrera. Break through another hole, and through the middle, now it's Herrera. He has another man to walk off.
Trying to draw him off again.
Valley, a little more.
Tapia again, big hole.
Huge hole.
Tapia
He's
is
gone.
on the way to the end zone. Foot race to the end zone. Tapia touchdown. A 52-yard touchdown run by Jose Tapia. And
Didn't start tonight. End zone shot here. It's intercepted. Severely underthrown at the 5-yard line. And a lot of room for a return for Ingersoll. And he's still up on his feet at the 40. He's finally pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
back to pass. Deep shot down the right side of the field.
Got
a
somebody
receiver.
wanted-
Caught.
Great catch.
Caught. He's rolling into the end zone. Touchdown. So Joshua Sanchez on a 50-yard touchdown pass.
Well, it's going to be a tough test for Del Norte as Los Alamos has got them the last 3 times since 2022. So we're going to have to see whether or not Los Alamos goes like this.
What a break! And he's through and all the way in the first play of the game. He's waltzing to the end zone. Touchdown Hilltoppers.
And what a start to this one. I mean, right through the middle.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport.
Have Christian McCaffrey, and so they won. Did get that Tedderone McMillan touchdown I needed, so that was good.
I've had a nice 29-yard strike downfield.
Yeah, that was it was pretty bad. Bryce Young shows you moments, doesn't he? He shows you moments both ways. But if you are on the side where Bryce Young is not it, you got a lot to point to in every game. And if you're on the side where you think Bryce Young can be it, you also get moments in almost every game to point to.
Yeah, Bryce Young is it against the Atlanta Falcons. Everyone else, it's questionable. And I still sometimes, like, with play calling, what are you doing putting him in that situation? You're at the 3-yard line, just run the football, finish the drive.
Right. I mean, you got 2 backs who can bang it in. Dowdle, and they ran the ball. They handed it back 9 times. That's all they did. Now, they didn't run a lot of plays. What they have, they had 42 plays all night long. That's all they ran. I mean, hell, San Francisco ran the ball 38 times, and the Panthers only had 42 plays. But I got Rico Dowdle, who has really come on big the back end of the season, and Chuba Hubbard, who now they threw him the ball. How many times they throw Chuba Hubbard the ball? 4 times. I'm not sure what they think they're doing, but I agree with you. And Dave Canales is a great offensive mind, but I agree with you. Put him in that city. Get down to the 3. Why does everybody get so damn cute?
Run the football.
Right? But, unless you're the Rams do not run the football at the 1 yard.
No. That's easy fade Devontae Adams.
Almost every time, right? Or break the fade and roll him out, and Colby Parkinson's wide open coming off the back end.
Sean McVay's got to get Matthew Stafford that MVP this year.
He's working on it. I'll tell you what, he's working on it in a great way. Is there? He hasn't thrown an interception like since week 3. Is that the deal on Stafford? Something crazy like that.
It's a very long streak of turnover-free football.
Yeah. All right. So that wraps you up, and you're going to turn this thing around quickly. for the next week of football because you got football in 2 days. Thursday, it's Packers and Lions, which is good early breakfast football for you, right? During your lunch or as you're open another bottle of wine or whatever it is you're doing, Chiefs and Cowboys, 2:00. That is terrific football, right? I don't know which I think is a better game. The first two are really good games. And then NBC has Bengals and Ravens and the return of Joe Burrow, which is certainly an interesting watch. If nothing else, to see the return of Joe Burrow.
Yes, and fantasy implications abound.
Everywhere. This is the toughest fantasy week, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean,
3 games on Thursday and then a Friday game.
Because if you got dudes that are hurt on playing on Sunday, you have no idea what to do, right? And you're holding a guy, and I would play this guy, but this is the hardest fantasy football week of the year, and in some cases, it is the biggest one because you probably have about 2 weeks left in the regular season, and you're trying to make the playoffs, and this one's really hard, and you don't even get us this week doing 2 dudes, too many teams because, there's no Thursday for us this week, right? All right, but NFL news as we go through this. The Baker Mayfield story, I think, is really relevant because they're a first-place team. Baker Mayfield, I guess they did the MRI, and it is a low-grade sprain in his left shoulder, but there's no additional damage. So that, to me, sounds like a pain threshold kind of a thing, right? Where if there's no structural damage, it's how much can you endure? Dude couldn't roll left and throw the football the other night. I mean, it looked bad, and there's no way this dude's jaking it.
No, not at all.
Baker Mayfield is a tough
tough son of a gun.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So you may get some Teddy Bridgewater. They get a full week, right? They don't play till Sunday, and they get Carolina. Is that right? Who they get?
They have Arizona.
Yeah, Carolina gets the Rams.
Jacoby the Gunslinger Brissett.
Yep. So watch that. Again, this is one of those, man, if Baker Mayfield's your quarterback and you're like, I don't know, I might play, somebody that's playing, you got to go Thursday.
I don't think I'd play Baker Mayfield this week.
I don't either. I don't either. Shedeur Sanders will be the starting quarterback for the Browns. Dillon Gabriel's been cleared. Shedeur will start against the Niners. Now we'll see what Shedeur is about. Right? I'm sorry, with all due respect, man, and I looked at all of the rankings last week. Play the Raiders defense. Have you watched the Raiders defense?
Yeah, no bueno. And this is one for Shedeur. It's what you wanted to see. I wanted to see him get some starts at the end of the season. You kind of know what Dillon Gabriel is. I don't think there's much more of a ceiling from him. Maybe there could be with Shedeur Sanders, but he just needed an opportunity with getting some extended reps, and it came just at the expense of Dillon Gabriel getting hurt. But the Browns franchise needed to figure this out, even if Kevin Stefanski just doesn't want anything to do with Shedeur Sanders. Like, you had to at least at some point start him, and his hand was forced. Here,
he might not have much of a choice. He might not. Well, he'll always have a choice. But if Shedeur keeps winning, what are you going to do?
That will change things, of course.
Quote from the coach, right? Because he was asked, is Dillon Gabriel okay? Yes, he is. This is a quote, number one job of the quarterback is to win. So excited to get that first win under his belt. And the next thing is improvement. And that's what young players do. Certainly young players do. You get one game better, and that's just from working at it. So that'll be our focus, end quote. Coaches are so good at talking and saying nothing. Like, them and politicians. Did you watch the debate last night? Them and politicians are really good at talking and saying nothing.
I'll listen to plenty of it today.
Yeah, no, I know you will. But if Shedeur went now, what happens if look, see what the Niners did to Bryce Young yesterday? And I don't think the Niners are a great defense, but I think Robert Saleh is a great defensive coordinator. Is that fair?
Yes.
And if they get healthy, this is a different world. You're playing against the Niners as opposed to the Raiders. So, but you got to see it. Get him out there. And they're going to have an idea what they've got by the end of the season, if they've got something or if they've got nothing or if they're back in the pool again. They drafted 2 quarterbacks last year, 3rd round, 5th round. They are at the bottom of their division. Figure it out. They've started 3 different quarterbacks this year. And Deshaun Watson's sitting there going, I'm the guy next year. I'm the guy. I'm still under contract. Remember that piece. You still have Deshaun Watson sitting there. Then there's that. All right, when we come back, Jamar Chase admitted, I spit. Really? Huh. Okay. I think we knew that. We'll get there, and we got to go through what the Mountain West did yesterday. Dude, my house, my kid, like, almost mercy ruled me. She's like, Dad, I'm going to bed.
Had enough of this.
The
Aztecs aren't showing up.
at one point I'm like, can you just stop kicking our ass like that? And I had a buddy of mine was texting me, and I didn't realize he says, I'm going home to turn on the Aztecs, and I said they're about ready to get blued out, and he says, on my screen they're up 6-3. I'm like, oh, those were good times.
Remember those days?
Yeah, those were good times. Yeah, it was a rough night for the Mountain West. So we'll get there when we get back. You know where it's not a rough night? Actually, this is the time, maybe the best time ever to get over to John Thomas Jewelers. I tell you all the time, they're my jeweler. John Thomas Jewelers is the best. But listen to this. This Black Friday sale is something that I never thought this would happen. John Thomas Jewelers is moving. They're moving their physical building, and everything must go before the relocation. So starting yesterday, so now through Black Friday, you save up to 70% on fine jewelry. 70%. Diamonds, engagement rings, designer collections, men's and women's jewelry, the biggest discounts they have ever offered because they refuse to move it all to the new showroom. So this is literally a true moving sale at John Thomas Jewelers. But when a piece is gone, it's gone. There's no holds, there's no restocks, there's no second chances. So if you've been thinking of proposing, even if you're thinking of like doing it in the future, get over there now and get the ring. You're looking for a holiday gift that stops someone in their tracks, the wow moment, get over there now. You've been waiting to upgrade? Get to John Thomas Jewelers now, because this is it. They've been voted best jeweler in Albuquerque 5 years running, and now offering savings so big they may never return. It's the moving sale, and it is this week, Black Friday week, the best prices, and they won't last days. They're going to last the best pieces, like the best pieces of jewelry. They're not going to last days. They're going to last for hours. Get yourself over there today. John Thomas Jewelers, up to 70% off before the move, before the holidays, before someone else gets what you want. Third floor, Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, right across to the east from the Coronado Center. John Thomas Jewelers, all the details are at johnthomas.com.
This report brought to you by the
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
A lot of opportunities, and there'll be more today. Players Era Festival, which is going on at 2 locations in Las Vegas. San Diego State played 7th-ranked Michigan and lost by 40. JJ 40. 94-54. The Wolverines ran the Aztecs out of the built. Last time that Brian Dutcher and Dusty May coached against each other, do you know when that was?
In the Final Four?
It would be in the Final Four when Dusty May was at FAU, and he was up by 14, and the Aztecs came back. That was the Lamont Butler shot in the semifinal at the gun to put San Diego State in the national championship game. A little different last night. Elsie Harrington led San Diego State. He's their freshman. He had 15 points. Other than that, nothing. BJ Davis, 11 off the bench. I mean, the big guy for Michigan, Ade Mara, 7'3". He's feathery. They're good, dude.
And they got the kid from UAB too in there.
They're just good. So 94-54. Aztecs get Michigan tonight. Also at the Players, Maryland beat UNLV 74-67. The Rebels had a 30-27 lead at halftime, and a big second half. Farrell Payne scored 20 for Maryland, and so the Rebels fall to 3-3. Aztecs are 2-2. Boise State was in Maui. They still are. They lost last night to USC. Trojans beat the Broncos 70-67. Boise State falls to 4-2. So opportunities there, none of them capitalized. Today, more opportunities, man. Boise State plays North Carolina State. It's a 12:30 game our time. What time is that back there? So 11, that's like 9:30 in the morning in Maui. 11, 10, 9. It's like 8:30 in the morning in Maui. But they're going to play that game this morning. Boise State, North Carolina State. The Aztecs get Oregon. That game is in Vegas. Oregon's only a 2.5-point favorite. They lost to Alabama yesterday. 2.5? And then UNLV gets Alabama. Alabama's a 13.5-point favorite. Grand Canyon's got an opportunity tonight. They're at the Acrisure Classic in Palm Springs, where the Lobos were last year. They will play Utah. So, I mean, just for the sake of the league, man, somebody's got to get one somewhere, don't they?
It would be nice. It's going to be like a competitive Mountain West, but a multi-bid league, it will not be.
Yeah, maybe 2. Yeah. All right, Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's happening, Edward?
Well, good morning, gentlemen. It's my favorite week of the year, the giving of thanks. Lots to be grateful for.
Yep.
Did you say that one of those teams is played at 8:30 in the morning? It's like playing the AA state championship in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Where you got to get up.
Yeah, no, well, if it's 12:30 here, isn't that 8:30 in the morning in Maui? I believe that's to be right.
It always boggles my mind every year when they play the state tournament where these players work hard all summer and into the season, and they have to get up at 5:45 and play their state championship game at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's awesome. Whenever you travel to different cities, you always do a natural comparison. By the way, I love what Coach Eck is doing. It's amazing. I think New Mexico State has a great coach. I think Eastern New Mexico just hired the best football coach in the state. They hired Art Briles.
Yes, they did.
Eastern New Mexico hired Art Briles. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm not saying he's a utmost moral character, but they may have the best football coach in the state.
And as I said yesterday, I mean, certainly they've got the highest profile football coach in the state. You know, and his track record, his track record is phenomenal as far as a football coach. And they made a splash yesterday, a national splash. And we're hoping to get Art on the show here sometime, here, maybe even tomorrow, working on that. But, he's a hell of a football coach. Yes.
Jeff, I'm still out of time. Sorry if you rehashed, not to rehash. Sorry if you covered all that yesterday. It just was refreshing my memory. Yeah. Hey, I want to talk about the city of Cincinnati. I was there all weekend. Got to see my favorite college basketball team, Louisville. They got a left-handed guard. Reminds me of the Lobo kid from last year that he'll make probably All-American first, second, or third team. But my son and I went to their downtown convention center. They didn't play it at University of Cincinnati. And it was about a 17,000-seat arena. I kid you not, guys. I'm not embellishing. We got from the end of the game to our car, my brother-in-law's car, in 7 minutes. Nice. 7 minutes. Like, people, they design a city a certain way, and this is to speak encouragement to the city of Albuquerque. They dumped 17,000 people, and we were in our car in that short time frame, and the ease of flow. Cincinnati has a population base in the inner city of about 315,000, 2.4 million greater area, right? So a little bigger than Albuquerque. But they played the state high school quarterfinal game. They moved it to Cincinnati Bengals Stadium that night, Friday night.
Good.
22,000 people.
Good. See?
22. I'm speaking words of encouragement to this state. 22,000 people showed up to that game. And it was a quarterfinal game, right, which they bleed football out there. And then, JJ, I wanted to tell you, as much as I'm rooting for the New England Patriots, the conditions on that field, the Patriots lost 3 offensive linemen that game, 2 of them probably for the year. We lost our first one, not we, they lost their first-round draft pick, the left tackle. They lost one of their starting guards, and they lost a 3rd offensive lineman. So congratulations to the Denver Broncos. They're probably going to get the number 1 seed now. But I was really disappointed, and I think Drake May even spoke about the field conditions. When you have that many injuries, and there were even more on both teams, it's inexcusable. So we'll see how that kind of unwraps itself. But, I just want to say Cincinnati also built a new basketball facility, 14,000 feet, stadium, 14,000 people, had huge screens. The pit's amazing. It has iconic history. Yeah. But I think that in general, and I don't want this to be a stadium conversation, we could just do better, right? We could do a lot better. But it was a good experience. I think what we have here in this state is really good, and we're building a momentum. But I think, I was encouraged by things. Hey, last thing, the Colts had a chance to end the Chiefs dynasty. They had a chance to end their season. And just to not be able to get it done, right? And the Chiefs are, they're amazing. They're going to kick themselves for that because the Chiefs are going to get in, and they're going to beat people in the playoffs, right? I'm not saying they're going to get to the Super Bowl, but they're going to beat teams in the playoffs, so you got to knock them out. You got to kill the king. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, man.
Thanks for letting me share a few thoughts.
Yep. Glad you had a good trip. I agree that they should have knocked him out. Look, on the stadium thing and on the pit, one day, and I know this is sacrilege, and I'm not suggesting it happened now. One day, the pit is going to... JJ?
You're going to have to start a new history.
I mean, look, I'm not suggesting now. The pit is something that is iconic and wonderful and still functions and still does what it needs to do and still does it in the right way. You can only renovate for so long. And I know that so much image identification is around that building. But with state-of-the-art buildings going up everywhere and everybody having one, and with the modern conveniences and fans actually being able to sit in seats instead of jammed into little squares on a bench that were meant for people that were sized 60 years ago, there's going to be a comfort level. And I'm not suggesting now, but what he's saying, and he was trying to walk the line, and I've said this before, the pit is amazing. The pit is unlike anywhere else, and I don't know how you recreate that atmosphere somewhere, and that's going to be the fine line. I don't think we're faced with that in the next decade or so, but somewhere, in the next 20 years, this city, that university is going to be faced with, what do we do with the pit as it ages, as it becomes antiquated? How do you, like Wrigley Field, Fenway Park, those places, you were able to somewhat modernize, right? That hole in the ground, how are you going to do that? And, you're going to put the money into a new roof, or you're going to put the money into kind of redoing the whole thing? It's going to be an interesting conversation one day.
Yeah, they probably won't have that conversation for 100 years, so we don't have to worry about it. We probably won't be having that conversation.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen now. And nor am I suggesting it happen now. But at some point, this community and that fan base is going to have to come face-to-face with the reality of that, because there's so much in that place. All right, coming up 8:45. It's about an hour from now. Sean Lewis is going to be with us. He's the head football coach at San Diego State. Aztecs and Lobos in University Stadium for a gigantic game on Friday. So we're going to catch up with the Aztec coach. And then coming up at 9 o'clock, Johnny LaQuasto, who's in town on Friday and Saturday. He is a sports broadcaster and a comedian. He's got a couple of comedy shows going on here in town. This weekend, we're going to catch up with him, laugh a little bit with him, get his takes on something. I wonder what he thinks of Art Briles being the head football coach at Eastern New Mexico University. I talked to a lot of people yesterday, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. It was about 85-15 positive, especially from Eastern New Mexico alum.
Oh, no doubt. Things that shift that way, it's going to be Art Briles. And like anything, it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, and I want to get into that as well. 505-246-0610. You got a friend, neighbor, relative who's got that beautiful, immaculate yard? You want one? Water feature, pavers, maybe a putting green. You want that for your landscape? But now it's fall. You want to wait till spring? Don't wait till spring. It's a bad decision. Can I tell you why it's a bad decision? Sure, Jeff, tell me why it's a bad decision. Because everybody, just about everybody, thinks the same way. And what that means to you is you're going to get on a list, and by the time your project is done, half of next summer is going to be gone, and you miss all that time. Do it now. Call LaBarge Landscape today. Have it done so when spring arrives, you don't have to wait. Heck, we get to enjoy our outdoor space year-round in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Do it now so you can enjoy it now. If you know what it is you want, LaBarge is going to make it happen. If you're not exactly sure what you want, you just know you need some help in your yard. Design, landscape. They'll design the landscape of your dreams. They got a great design team. They've been doing it for 32 years. Making gorgeous landscapes around Albuquerque. You will get a beautiful transformation. You're going to love what you get and get years of enjoyment from it. Remember, the people who get to enjoy that new landscape in the spring, those are the people who call LaBarge Landscape now. And if you just need a cleanup during the fall, like leaf cleanup or pruning of your shrubs, LaBarge does that as well. They came out to my house about 2.5 months ago. The difference is incredible. My yards look immaculate. Like I've never had it like that. I couldn't be happier. Front, back, I needed to clean up. It got away from me. My grass was growing. My sprinklers work. All those shrubs, weird weeds, trees are gone. My front yard looks great. Call LaBarge Landscape. You can have it as well. 505-345-3000. Area code 505-345-3000. Look at their website. The gallery will show you what they do. LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It is LaBarge Landscape.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed.
Great coach, great father. Robert Griffin III, who played for him, who, is everywhere. Happy for my guy, Coach Art Briles. He's a great father and coach. Thank you, Eastern New Mexico football, for blessing him with this opportunity. I will be coming to campus to support him.
Yeah. But he's, at some point in time, you have to realize that it can't just be, oh, you won a conference championship. You're the coach here. That's your team. But when something goes bad, you don't know. And then that's when you can put the buffer up. You're responsible for all the good stuff and bringing those players in. But when it's the bad players, it's their fault. And that's not the team you put together. You have to wear some of that. And that is why he's been out for 10 years. And his opportunity is coming at Eastern New Mexico and not a Division I team.
Yeah.
That's your punishment.
The athletic director who hired him is and look, they go back a long way, is Kevin Feit. And Kevin Feit said he understood that he said the hire was unique and surprising. And he touted the on-field accomplishments, called Coach Briles a role model off the field. He didn't directly address any of the circumstances at the news conference. Feit said, what I want our university community to understand is this. I know his family. I know his commitment to impacting the lives of young people. I know he is a tremendous leader. End quote. Talked to a couple people yesterday who had kids play football, one at Eastern. And I said, it's going to be interesting. Would you, will parents let their kids go there? He said, absolutely. I'd let my kid play football. I might keep a little closer tabs on it, but yeah, absolutely. I'd let him go. Interesting reaction. And it's been that way. I love your thoughts on it now as you listen to it. Rockies have a new manager, guy that maybe you're pretty familiar with around here, been on this show quite a few times. Get into that. Sean Lewis. I'm looking at something. Sean Lewis, the head football coach at San Diego State, will be with us at 8:45. Lobos and Aztecs on Friday. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Join 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, at Sandy Resort Sports Bar every Tuesday night at 7 for Lobo Talk. Lobos head football coach Jason Eck and the voice of the Lobos, Robert Portnoy, break down each game and give you a preview of the next one. Be part of the live audience. Join 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, at Sandy Resort Sports Bar every
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com.
Short week, and Warren Schaefer is the new manager of the Colorado Rockies. Good morning to you, boys and girls. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. It is Tuesday of a short week. We heard from Tony Sanchez this morning, the New Mexico State football coach, coming off of their big win over the Miners on Saturday, their season finale against Middle Tennessee this weekend down in Las Cruces. We'll hear from Sean Lewis, the head football coach at San Diego State. He'll be with us at 8:45 this morning, and then Johnny LaQuasto. Is it LaQuasto or LaQuasto? With a QU in there. LaQuasto. He'll be in at 9 o'clock. How do you feel about the new manager of the Rockies? They stayed in-house. They went with Warren Schaefer, the former Isotopes manager. To me, it doesn't matter who the hell the manager is, as long as if the commitment stays what the commitment is or is not with the Colorado Rockies. You can bring in Connie Mack, and it just isn't going to freaking matter. Players make plays. I think Bud Black was a good manager. I told you that the whole time. I still think Bud Black is a good manager. But when you have a roster that is a AAA roster in that division, let alone a Major League Baseball, I don't give a damn who the manager is. It's not going to go well.
This is not a situation where the Rockies needed to try to make a splash at manager or bring in another name. They have a lot of work to do to just try to build some sort of Major League Baseball foundation, some sort of pipeline back to the major leagues where you can get a couple guys that you feel could be franchise pieces, at least for the next few seasons up there, because they've had some high-profile outfielders that haven't clicked in the last 2 seasons, and to me it makes sense. Keep Warren Schaefer there. Know that this is a team over the next few years. It is just about developing something, anything, and Schaefer makes sense for them because bringing in a name when you let go of a good manager, like, that's not going to change it. This isn't some, schematically we're going to have this or that approach. They just have no talent.
You look at some of the numbers from this season, 18-63 on the road. 18-63. Their starting rotation, the ERA was 6.65. Context, it's the highest ERA since ERA became an official stat in both leagues in 1913. Can I tell you that again? The highest ERA for a starting rotation since they started tracking earned run average in 1913. The Rockies gave up 1,020 runs this season, the most since the Tigers in 1996. They had a run differential. That means how many runs did you score, how many did your opponent score. The run differential was minus 424, the worst since 1900. Not 1900 and something, 1900. And how bad was the worst? Like, you guys, it wasn't not like they just surpassed it by a run or two. 424. That was their run differential minus. The previous worst was the 1932 Red Sox, minus 349. And the Rockies beat that by 75. The 1899 Cleveland Spiders had minus 724. So it was the worst since 1899, dude. I don't care if you're the manager, if Dave Roberts is the manager, you bring Earl Weaver, Billy Martin, Tommy Lasorda. I don't care. You're right. And as a Rocky fan, and I know you are, and you grew up with this mess, and it wasn't this much of a mess. You're in a division where the Padres are spending money. The Dodgers are what the Dodgers are. The Giants. Arizona's got young talent and a good young manager. I don't know, 59, 60-year-old manager. You want to play or not?
You just have to figure out a way to survive at home and show moments of promise on the road when there's not excuses for altitude and pitching and things changing. And it's a team that didn't even play that well at home when it comes to the offense that you expect from them last season. I really have no idea what the formula is going to be. It's kind of few and far between. They had a couple moments there in the, from 2015 to 2018 of some teams that wild card run. They're never winning that division, never. So it's always going to be about, can you somehow, some way, cobble together enough stuff to be a wild card?
So Warren Schaefer's your new manager. He was your manager last year. Now he's your permanent manager, or at least your permanent. That's a funny term. Full time. What's the right word? He's your manager.
Yeah, promoted to
manager. Yeah. All right, I got this on. Where the hell did it say? All right, here it is. Art Briles going to this is from Travis, going to Eastern. He says, do you think Art Briles, seeing the success of UNM this season, is potentially trying to set himself up in New Mexico in the event there's an opening at UNM? Feels a little too 3D chess for me, but something that occurred to me given the rest of the country have been shown that you can win at a high level in football here. From Travis, no. I think Art Briles got a job. And he found someone who was willing to hire him in the athletic director at Eastern New Mexico. And it didn't matter if it's Eastern New Mexico, Eastern Illinois, Western Texas, A&R. It doesn't matter. I think that he found a place that Kevin Feit decided, okay, I'll hire you. No, I don't think UNM
wasn't there
had anything to do with it.
Connection between those two previously?
Yeah, they worked together at Houston about 20 years ago.
And that's the door that was open.
Look, let me just tell you something.
Not, I'm going to take over for Jason Eck. Like, no, you're better than that, New Mexico. The Lobos are better than that.
Do you think, let's just assume he has success there, and you define whatever you think success means, whatever it means. And the program's clean in 2 years, and he will be then 71 years old. Does Art Briles get a Division I or an FCS job?
10% chance?
See, I'm going to tell you, someone in Texas, whether it's a Sam Houston, a place, I don't know that Houston, I don't know that Eddie would do that. But UTSA, if he wins at Eastern and clears his slate, so to speak, and I don't know. I mean, I imagine in many people's minds, and I understand this, there's no coming back from certain things. Mike Vick came back and was killing dogs and fighting dogs, and he came back and now he's on TV, and Mike Vick cleaned up his reputation, right? A-Rod was suspended from baseball for a year for doing steroids. Came back, cleaned up his reputation. Sexual assault's a different thing. Now, he's not accused of sexual assault. He's accused of covering it up, although it was never proven. I guess in some places there's no coming back from accusations and what happened. But I'm going to guess if he's successful, knowing Texas football the way, and people in Texas love Art Briles now. They love the people. Go look at some of the comments. The loyal people to Art Briles are loyal to the bone because he's a great coach. And they swear he's. I don't know Art Briles. I'm not. I cannot contest to his person. I don't know him. I know what you know. I read what you read. But I'm gonna guess if he wins there and keeps it clean, and at 71 years old, I'll bet somebody gives him a shot. Bill Belichick's how old? He's the head coach.
Yeah, Bill Belichick has a lot more on his resume.
No, I understand that.
This, again, it makes sense. It's Eastern New Mexico.
Yeah.
Could someone in Texas get it up there, crawl, and push for him for one of those D1 jobs? Sure. But at some point in time, man, you tip your cap and move on. Like, it's time for someone else. Like, to me, I just can't look at that guy. Like, he'd take ownership for everything. You know, Big 12 championship, putting this team together, this, that, the other. But when something goes wrong, these coaches want to say, I didn't know about it. Program gets shut down at New Mexico State. I didn't know that they were doing terrible things to players there. Like, that's when coaches want to say they have no idea? No, it's in the middle. I think, is it fair for him to coach again? Sure, because time away, what he's coaching at, Eastern New Mexico. But, like, at some point in time, man, it's time to move on. Like, you have to own that and realize that that's probably your D1 opportunity is gone because of what occurred when you were the head coach of that program.
I get that. And I still believe, like, what if they were 3-9 this year, right? What if they're 9-3 next year in the Division II playoffs? And that's a really tough conference they play in Division II football in Lone Star. You don't think someone's taking notice? Now, I don't know what that means. You know, I don't know who that would be. But whether that's I don't see UTEP doing it. I don't know what Sam Houston's coaching situation is. But he's beloved there. All I know is the majority of what I've read on this phone app thing. I mean, what's the majority of the response you've seen? I told you yesterday the people I talked to was about 85-15 positive. Was yours as positive as that you've seen and talked to? Because, I mean, I get the other side of it. I do. But I'd love to hear where y'all come out on this. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We get back. Jamar Chase says, what you saw. Yeah, I actually did what you saw. No kidding, Jamar. Did he apologize? Give you his apology. We're going to talk with Sean Lewis coming up at 8:45 this morning. He's the head football coach at San Diego State. Big game coming up on Friday here in Albuquerque with the Aztecs and the Lobos. Hey, you got an event coming up? Take your event to that next level. Take it to the best level, the Albuquerque Convention Center. They got versatile spaces that'll meet every need. It's a venue. It's a place. It's an experience is what it really is. Stunning local art on every wall. Mouth-watering food and drink options. Your guests are going to be impressed at every single turn. It's right here in beautiful downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's the perfect location to make your event unforgettable. It's easy to get in. It's easy to get out. Parking adjacent to the property. From small meetings, private gatherings, to large expos, conferences, celebrations, their team, their service, their catering go above and beyond expectations. Every year, we host an event for Isleta New Mexico Bowl at the Albuquerque Convention Center. Why do we keep going back? Because they take care of our guests the way we need our guests taken care of. They go above and beyond. Make your vision a reality in its space designed to impress. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Go visit them at albuquerquecc.com. albuquerquecc.com. Give them a call, 505-768-4575. It's area code 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Animal is presented by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub. Now open in the Windrock Town Center. Check out America's funniest headlining comics every weekend at Hyenas. Log on to hyeinascomedynightclub.com/Albuquerque for more information. Get your tickets now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will be.
A quarterback, 29 for 41, 253 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the interception, including the winning drive, and he looked really good on it. Tony Sanchez said Logan Fife was banged up. It made it a pretty easy decision last week. Maybe not as easy this week. And I asked him straight up, right? I said, you got a dilemma. You got a guy probably playing his last college game, and you got a guy who might be the future. I'm going to guess if you see Logan Fife, you probably see both of them, right?
You might see a little Logan Fife.
Yeah, I think you probably see both of them. And look, in a game where, you want to win, but your bowl game's not on the line, that's already been determined. I think, if you play Logan, that's cool. Let them both play. Lobo Hobo wants to know, oh no, this is Gus. What exactly did Vic Schaefer do here with the Isotopes to earn a big promotion with JJ's Rockies? Warren Schaefer's the new manager. He wants to know, what did Warren Schaefer do to earn this job? Obviously, he
About
did
the same as a lot of first-time managers.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but you have some experience to get an opportunity.
Really what it takes, right?
Especially a lot of those former players that get managerial jobs for the first time after not doing anything. Get in line.
I mean, who do you know? Just need. It's like
they realize bringing in someone that won a AA championship somewhere means nothing, because it's about rebuilding the organization from top to bottom.
Well, and it just takes one person to give you one shot. I mean, honestly, that's really what it is. Art Briles had one person give him one shot at Eastern. That's what he got. All right, NFL. We all saw Jamar Chase spit on Jalen Ramsey. Jamar Chase acknowledged, yeah, I did it. He released a statement on Instagram where he claims he took full responsibility for his actions. Who else? I mean, he was spending one game without pay. Quote, what I did was wrong. The circumstances don't matter. My passion for the game is no excuse. There's zero place in our sport or in life for that level of disrespect. I want to personally apologize to everyone within the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. I let my emotions in the moment get the better of me. I can only hope and trust none of it represents who I am, not as a competitor, a teammate, or a person. End quote. Did not apologize to Jalen Ramsey. Okay. Cool. That's fine. I appreciate the apology.
You see the mess too with Colorado State?
Both of their
Boise State.
Well, their quarterback, the two guys spit. Where is this like 6-7 now? Is this just going
6-7.
viral? Is it
like, oh, Jamar Chase did it? Let me spit on someone.
What are we doing? Two dudes at Colorado State spit on players. They're both out. I mean, is this what the kids are doing these days? Why all of a sudden an epidemic of spitting on people?
That was bad.
When was the last time ever in your life you thought, I'm going to spit on that person? I'm so mad I'm going to spit on you.
Never.
I think that's right. I believe that to be the same answer for me. I just, what are we doing? But that's kind of where we are with this thing. I got a text on this thing. Travis said Jalen Carter, Jamar Chase, Brendan Brett of Florida, and now Darius Curry and Liam Wortman of Colorado State, all suspending for spitting on opponents this season. What the heck is going on in football? You shouldn't fight in football, but someone spitting on you is probably a reason to throw hands. And Mooring smashing Jennings and the family jewels, that was last night. some outright disrespectful behavior on display. The emerging pattern really goes beyond a late or illegal hit. Look, I never played football at that level. Played at low levels. Any of us who have played any athletic event, it gets intense. I understand emotion. I do. I understand competition. I understand cheap shots, getting them, maybe even giving one. How do you respond to a cheap shot? How do you respond to getting hit in the junk? How do you respond to getting spit on? I don't know that there's a right answer. And I watching Juwan Jennings go after Mooring yesterday, you can't hit a guy like that. To your point, somebody spits on you. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you it's all right to fight, but I'm not going to tell you it's not. If someone spits on you, go at. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just sit there and get spit on? I understand it, man. Where's this supposed to go?
Yeah, and even last night, if I'm Juwan Jennings, after the way that went down, that's what I'm doing. He didn't try to cheap shot him back. He just went face to face and said, "All right, what's up now?" Yeah, I'm right here. What do you want to do this time?
It's incredible. It really is. All right, I'm going to try to stay on the clock here. We're going to take the break now. Coming up at 8:45, a few minutes from now, about 20 minutes from now. Sean Lewis is expected to be with us. He's the head football coach at San Diego State. I'm going to catch up with him with the big game coming up this weekend. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I remember it too. Mo just sent me a text. Said, grew up watching fights practically every day. Never saw anyone spitting on someone else who was perceived as sissy. Yeah. Yeah, I just, it's crazy, man. No, it's bonkers where that whole thing has gone. But maybe, I don't know, is that what the kids are doing these days?
I think that's a stretch to say that.
I know it is. And I say it with the sarcasm on.
It started with NFL players.
The big tough guys, right?
Jalen Carter.
Yeah. Yeah, the biggest and toughest, right?
And then Jamar Chase. And maybe they're like, oh, it's in the news. Let me be a redshirt freshman quarterback at Colorado State and spit on a defensive line.
After getting my first start. What are we doing?
Get pinched for the last game of the season.
Yeah, like what on earth are we doing? I know. All right, hoops last night, college basketball, a rough night for the Mountain West. Mountain West in the Players Era Tournament, San Diego State loses by 40, 94-64. That's 40, right? No, that's only 30. Didn't they lose by 40? What was the number? Did I script the scores on this? I thought it was. I'll get it. 94.
94-54.
Yeah, I wrote 64. I knew it was 40. See? Just trying to, give the answer. Oh, you only lost by 30. Maryland beat UNLV 74-67. And USC beat Boise State out in Maui, 70-67. Other scores of note, Gonzaga. Do you watch Gonzaga, Alabama? That was pretty good.
Gonzaga was very good in the final 5 minutes.
Gonzaga looked terrific down the stretch. Big win for them, 95-85. They beat Alabama. That was in the Players Era tournament. And St. John's got beat, 83-82. Today, San Diego State plays Oregon. UNLV gets, who did I tell you UNLV gets today? It's they get Alabama. UCLA plays Cal today. Gonzaga plays Maryland. I mean, great games everywhere, man. Great. Just turn on, flip around, and you've got college hoops if you want it. It's just been fantastic. So you get that. Elsewhere in the top 10 yesterday, Arizona. Have you watched any Arizona?
Best team in college basketball right now.
I think that's right. I mean, they pummeled Denver. Denver beat Colorado State last week. 103-73. Houston got by Syracuse 78-74. And there was another one that I was looking at. Auburn over Oregon. Auburn's 21st ranked. Bruce Pearl's kid. It's going to be interesting to watch how that thing plays out, isn't it? Do you watch them a little bit? I caught the back end of that game too. And I thought Auburn looked nice. I don't know how good I think Oregon is. All I know is San Diego State better be better than 40 points worse than the team on the floor tonight when they play Oregon. Because that's supposed to be the best team in the Mountain West.
Back to reality for the Mountain West Conference this season and non-conference play. And, hey, at least you get a chance to be in the Players Era tournament because who knows what that's going to look like with Big 12 getting 50% of the spots moving forward in equity.
Is that right?
In the tournament.
The Big 12 is getting all that? So the players get paid directly. They get paid by performance, so if you win, you get more?
I don't know about in this event. I know that's a crown format for the postseason tournament.
Okay.
I assume there's probably a little bit more for winning.
This is an NIL event, right?
Yeah.
The players are so the players are all getting money to play in this tournament. I don't know what the format is. I don't know if they get more if they win or however that is. Utah State beat Davidson on Sunday, 94-60. Davidson was previously undefeated. When does Utah State play next in that Charleston thing? I don't see them anywhere. If they play today, was that the end of it? I guess that was the end of that tournament. So they won that tournament? I guess that's how that played out. Lobos next up, by the way, on Wednesday. That would be tomorrow. Alabama State is in the pit. Alabama State is 3-4. Lobos coming back off of that Mississippi State win. They'll be back in the pit tomorrow over on News Radio KKOB. We got a lot going on, man. Lobo Talk tonight here on the Sports Animal. That's at 7 o'clock. Then tomorrow over on News Radio KKOB, Lobos and Alabama State, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip. And Thursday, if you're out and about driving to Grandma's house or Uncle Eddie's house or wherever it is, we got your football for you on your home for college football. Packers and Lions at 10:30, Chiefs and Cowboys in the afternoon, and then the evening game is the Bengals and the Ravens. And, of course, all your NFL coverage is brought to you by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub, now open in Albuquerque, featuring Devin Clark, Paul Rodriguez, Brad Upton, and Shea Durena. Get your tickets before they sell out. Conveniently located in Winrock Town Center. Visit hyenascomedynightclub.com/Albuquerque for more information. Saturday, we got the big one, Ohio State, Michigan. And over on News Radio KKOB, we have the big one, San Diego State and New Mexico. JJ, the weather here is supposed to be beautiful. I'll double check again for you on what NOAA has to say, because Coach Jack and I were on different weather apps yesterday. I didn't want to
battling temperatures.
Well, I felt bad. I always trust NOAA. That's the government app as opposed to weather. I don't know. I've always found that one to be good, but he likes
they manipulate the weather.
All right,
Don't trust them.
So NOAA's upped it. Now they're at 62 and mostly sunny on Friday. Woo. 62 and perfect.
Coach Eck got to him.
Yeah, he did. They listened. I got to get to 60. We got to get 60, at least 62 degrees. At least 60 degrees on Friday. We got to, Global fans, I need you. We got to have at least 60 degrees at University Stadium. And so they upped it to 62. See? It's beautiful. Addie's going back. It'll be high of 31 and flurries for Ohio State, Michigan. That's the big house. High of 31 and flurries.
Big Ten football.
That's right, baby. What's the spread on that? Have you seen what do you think Michigan Ohio State is? Before I tell you, what would be enough to make it take Michigan?
Is it Ohio State 17.5?
9.5. Not enough. I mean, there's a rivalry, man. You've seen how those games go. You see how that plays. 9.5. You know, part of me says Michigan's got Ohio State's number. The other part says Ohio State's going to come in with some red ass and really want to do something. All right, Vince, I got a quick one for you. Go. What's up, Vince?
Hey, put up or shut up time for Lobo fans. You got to get out there. If we have a first-year coach wins 8 wins, is playing for the conference championship, and we don't show up, that's a bad sign, Lobos. Let's get out there. I've got my tickets. See you guys out there.
I appreciate you, and it's going to be 62 and sunny from what it all tells me. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great time to go. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. When we get back, Sean Lewis is going to be with us, the football coach at San Diego State. Aztecs are going to be in town on Friday. Well, they'll probably be in town for Thanksgiving. Where are they going to do? Which hotel? I think I know. But they'll be in town for Thanksgiving, and then the big one on Saturday. So we'll talk with Sean Lewis, the head football coach at San Diego State, about his team and how the Aztecs are approaching the big game against the Lobos. That's next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
High school sports are back. You can. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell,
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We all figured the day after Thanksgiving, the biggest game of the year in the Mountain West would be Friday after Thanksgiving in Albuquerque between San Diego State and New Mexico. Of course we did. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck, Saturday, University Stadium, 1:30. It's the Aztecs and the Lobos. San Diego State playing to clinch the hosting spot in the Mountain West Conference Championship. Both teams still looking to secure a spot in a muddled race right now. For San Diego State, it's clear, win and they're in. And if the Lobos win, then we watch results and tiebreakers. Sean Lewis is doing a great job. Second year as the head football coach at San Diego State. He joins us this morning on The Sports Animal. Sean, thanks for taking some time. How you living?
Guys, doing great. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well.
No, appreciate you spending some time. The crazy year when we all sat there in the summer and you know, I remember you saying, I think we got a pretty good team. Jason thought he had a pretty good team. There's no way everybody saw this coming, or maybe you did. Did you foresee the Aztecs in the championship game when this all started?
You guys didn't have this matchup on your bingo card?
I did. I'm the only one, Jay. I'm the only one who had this thing, Sean. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Eck's done a tremendous job. He's a great coach. He's got a tremendous staff, and you can tell the culture that he's created in short order. I mean, the Lobos are rolling. They're playing really, really well right now, and as you alluded to, I felt like we were a good squad as well, and our staff did an unbelievable job of retaining our top talent, you know, at the back end of last year when everyone was trying to steal them away from us, and I thought that was going to give us a chance. And again, I think the connections and brotherhood that you see on both these teams and the physicality that both teams play with, like that travels week in and week out. And this one's going to be a really good, high-quality football game on Friday.
You know, you look at your defense statistically, top 3, top 4 in so many statistics nationally, and it's got reminiscent of some, you know, San Diego State teams when Rocky Long was there, and a lot of us are used to. But you were a 3-win team last year. What's the difference? What turned it around for you this year to be a team that here you are receiving votes in the national polls?
I think our kids did a great job responding to all the challenges that we threw at them. You know, I mean, from going back to the way that we finished last year, losing 6 straight, no one was proud of that. And so really doubling down and investing and restoring pride in the program at an elite level, building the connections amongst the team, being very intentional about, you know, the players that we were bringing in. Our community did a heck of a job stepping up and believing in our vision so that we could acquire the talent that we needed to. And then, you know, we had some early wins that were big that gave us some momentum and some belief in the building. And that belief and that momentum goes a long way in college football, right? And then you start ripping a few off. And, again, guys have responded. We haven't been perfect, but we've learned from each lesson along the way. And the guys are still very, very humble, still very hungry to grow and get better, and excited, you know, for the opportunity to continue to do that this morning as we go out on the field and prepare to, you know, go to battle again against a really good team on Friday.
Coach, what is it about Wisconsin football that it not just develops great players, but coaches. You got 2 Wisconsin alums on the sidelines leading these programs this weekend. What kind of foundation did Wisconsin football give you?
I mean, when you get the opportunity to rub shoulders with a Hall of Fame coach and a Hall of Fame staff with the coaches that were up there, that I was very fortunate to be around as a player, I'm just glad that I felt like I had a little bit of maturity to realize like this is pretty special, and the core beliefs that was instilled in that program of toughness and connection and, striving to get better each and every single day, and the discipline and the physicality that the game requires, regardless of what you scheme up X's and O's wise, in all 3 phases, like those core tenets ring true. And Coach Alvarez spoke to that each and every single day. Being in the position room with Coach Chris every single day was a blessing. And to see the brotherhood that was formed, by the time I got there, it was Coach Alvarez's last 2 years. And so it was a really well-established culture for how things were run. And it was the Badger way, right? And so I think we've probably both taken some elements of those lessons that we've learned and, reinvented the wheel just a slight touch to put our own personality on it. But when you kind of strip away the layers, there's those core beliefs that we hang our hats on. And that speaks, for both our tape. And that's probably a direct origin, to obviously our time in Madison.
Sean Lewis, San Diego State head football coach, with us here on the opening drive. And you look at your team, of course, the physicality defensively. I know you run the football, but Jaden Denegal this season, is his efficiency in the pass game. What has that meant for your squad?
Yeah, I mean, Jaden's doing a good job, obviously taking advantage of the opportunities that, present themselves. The past few weeks, we've been playing in a couple of monsoons, so the pass game's been limited. And then the strength of our club is obviously the run game and leading on those big boys up front. But Jaden's done a really good job of leading us and putting us in the proper position to be successful. He's got, the respect of the locker room, and obviously has some incredible arm talent that we can take advantage of. And we've had some new wide receivers step up and develop with our top 2 guys, and Bostic and Napier going down for the season in the past month. So it's been great to see the way guys have emerged, not just in the wide receiver room, but in the tight end room and the running back room as well, to be able to distribute the talent that we have and find ways to create advantages to go get a win.
Sean, it's good to get you out of that crummy, America's finest city weather and that rain and the monsoons, get you to a 62-degree, beautiful sunny afternoon here in Albuquerque. I mean, just the way it's supposed to be. Get you out of that crummy San Diego weather and get you to Albuquerque for a good, beautiful weather day. When you look at New Mexico and with so much on the line, they won 5 in a row. Their defense is playing well. They held Air Force, and granted, without Zarka to 3 points. What do you see with New Mexico and what Jason's done?
Yeah, I mean, Spence has done an unbelievable job. I battled Spence the years that I was in the MAC, when he was at Miami of Ohio and when he was at Ohio as well, and I was at Kent State. And every single year he put elite defenses out there. I mean, he does a great job making sure that there's a firm edge to the defense, that everything is gap sound. He gets those guys playing downhill. They're disciplined. You can tell the way that they communicate. They know their scheme intimately, and they're very rarely out of position. And they play with great effort, and they have a whole heck of a lot of fun doing it. And then when you got, a coach's kid in the middle of it that's driving it, that has great discipline, that has command of the system, and you can tell it's just an absolute gym rat, and the way he's pointing things out and calling things out before it even happens. Like, you got to be on your P's and Q's, and you got to bring your best effort to have a chance to move the ball successfully and efficiently against this unit.
What do you tell your team with what's on the line here? And you might have a second chance, but you might not, right? I mean, you of everybody with one loss, you're sitting in the best spot because they all have 2. But with an opportunity, just let's put this thing to bed, go in there, win, we host a championship game. What's obviously urgency, but how do you keep this thing even keel with your club coming in here?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked since day one when we got back here, and since we've established this culture, right? Like, everything that we do all year round is important because we're doing it, right? And all the other external noise and all the other external factors and where the game might be played and who we're playing, you respect the opponent, you respect the process, you respect what winning requires. But more importantly, you have to respect the work and do the work at a level each and every single day that is a championship level. So we don't shy away from that. There's a championship standard, and there's a championship expectation around here. And because of the way that we've gone about our work with this team since January 20th, when we came back and started this climb, each and every single day, day by day, we've taken, one step. And just when the Lord wakes us up, we take another step. And this morning, we got to take another good positive step. And when we go down there on Friday, right, like it's important because the Aztecs are doing it, and we need to do it to our standard and really not make it any more than that, but being aware, obviously, that we are in control of our own destiny because of the work that we've done. So let's continue to be us and do our work at a really high level and go compete at a really high level against a really, really quality opponent, which will be a lot of fun.
Sean Lewis, San Diego State's football coach, with us just for a few more minutes.
And, Coach, you got your running back as well, Lucky Sutton, leading the Mountain West in rushing. And talk about those big guys up front. What does it mean when you establish yourself on the ground, when you're leaning on that opponent, you can just hand him the football and know he's going to be able to produce?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think with the way the game has evolved and different scheme that has emerged over, the years here, there's one thing that remains true, and that's, kind of whoever establishes the line of scrimmage on either side of the ball generally has a really good chance to win that football game, right? It's kind of like the turnover margin as well. If you come out of this thing with a plus turnover margin, you can look at both teams, right, throughout the course of the year. When they have plus turnover margin, they've had really good success. And so with us, right, like we've done very diligent work about rebuilding our offensive line. Last year when I took over, we only had 9 scholarship offensive linemen given the resources that were in the program. So that was part of the community stepping up. It was part of the allocation of what we need to do with scholarships and how some things need to be reworked. And we were very intentional about that. Coach Schmidt did an unbelievable job of reworking the old line room. Coach Hagan has done an unbelievable job of developing Lucky because he was here and he's really bought into our style of play. And to be able to have those guys up front, along with our tight ends, coached by Ryan Lindley, they do an unbelievable job, right, of being able to control the front. Now, the Lobos doing an unbelievable job of stopping the run. So there's going to be a good strength-on-strength matchup there as we get into it on Friday, and it'll be a major tipping point in the game for sure.
Sean, lastly, and I saw you a few weeks ago, we talked about the difference between last year and this year. You've used the word development so many times. Having the opportunity to develop, it didn't go well in year one. And JD stuck with you, and obviously the fan base is what a fan base is. You talked about turning out the noise. The turnaround, it's amazing what confidence and a little bit of time does, and everybody doesn't get that in today's college sports.
Yeah, I mean, confidence, belief, momentum is very, very real. And as much as we have in the building, job's not finished. We got to continue to get better today and go earn the right to win again.
Good luck on Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you. Safe travels to Albuquerque. We'll see you out there on Friday, and really, really appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, Jeff, JJ, appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. Go Aztecs.
Be well. He is Sean Lewis, and appreciate that. Look, that's one of those situations, JJ, where an athletic director stuck with his hire. They were 3-8 last year. What, 3-8, 3-9? What? I guess 3-9. And that fan base was done. Brutal hire and another brand. We're basketball school, and now all of a sudden they're playing for a championship. He had time to develop. He had time to create what he wanted, and it feels like it's paying off at San Diego State, doesn't it?
Well, it does. They're coming in with just one conference loss. Huge opportunity, and 2 Wisconsin alums leading 2 Mountain West programs in a battle on Friday afternoon.
Just like we all had it on the bingo card. Johnny LaQuasto next. He's a sports broadcaster. He's a comedian. He's going to be in town putting on some shows out of Casadas. We're going to talk to him and hear his takes on what's going on in the world. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, Sports Animal.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing.
Very systematic. You could tell he came up in systems that he believes in. I don't know if you've ever met Sean or, but there he's a funny guy when he gets off script a little bit, but he's very, he knows what he's promoting. He knows what he's building. He knows what he's doing with Aztec football. And I thought what he said about New Mexico and about Jason Eck and about everything that they are putting together and what they've done was very complimentary. And I think they know they're in for a hell of a football game. They're getting a physical football team in New Mexico. They're getting a football team that I think that if there's anybody in this conference, JJ, that matches. Don't you think if there's anybody in this conference that matches San Diego State physically, it's New Mexico?
Yes. And I think they need to, of course, take it up a level on Friday. But this is a style, just in terms of the run game, the Finland run game, that the Lobos have been better at. But this is the best true running game in the conference with Lucky Sutton come at him Friday.
And big, gigantic offensive line. I will get back into that here in a little bit. Johnny LaQuasto's in town, sports broadcaster and comedian. He's going to be performing shows out of Quezada's Comedy Club on Friday and Saturday. It's a funny show, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Johnny, we welcome you to Albuquerque, and thanks for spending some time with us. How you living, Johnny?
Man, I'm living great. Anytime I can talk sports and talk a little bit of comedy, it's a good day. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
Do you mix it up like in your show? Do you go topical? Like I mean, we spent a lot of time this morning. And I'm trying to understand the whole spitting pandemic, and is this what the kids are doing these days, just spitting on players? But I mean, how much do you go topical on those sorts of things and put it into your show?
I think it all depends on if you think enough people can relate to it. The whole spitting thing. I don't know about you guys. I don't understand that whatsoever, because to me, I understand there's certain things in competition that do happen, but the spitting thing, I mean, how about just a push? Can we just do like a one-handed push, or maybe like a fake out, like, hey, you throw your shoulders at someone? I think that gets the point across. I don't think you need to necessarily spit through a helmet anymore. Yeah. I think we're past that.
Well, and then it kind of hangs on your face mask, and you got to get that out of the way, and it's kind of nasty. It used to be the cheap shot was you just hit the other guy in the junk, right? Now you spit at him.
That's one of them. Grab the face mask. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get 15 yards. I just don't think spitting is the best way to go about it.
Yeah. So you sports broadcast, where are you based out of?
I'm in Orange County, California right now, but traveling quite a bit to do, much like you guys, for play-by-play, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's one of my spots. My daughter calls my brother's home in Huntington Beach our vacation home. Dad, can we go see Uncle Doggy and go to our vacation home? I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So you're good living. What so what else? Like, you have a take on like Art Briles, the former Baylor coach, got a job here, of course, in New Mexico, at Eastern New Mexico. Did you see that? Do you have any sort of take on that?
I mean, as far as are we talking Lobos football right now?
Well, the former Baylor coach got the job yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. He was out of the game for the allegations that he mishandled the sexual assault allegations over at Baylor for a while. So he got back in the game. But yeah, if you got a thing on the Lobo football, hit us.
I'm so impressed with this season. I mean, this Friday is going to be a massive game because San Diego State has been very consistent all year, and I'm sure you guys already mentioned this, but the Lobos have to run early, they have to run often, and they have to use that essentially a three-headed running attack, and they have to control time of possession, and clearly they have a great chance to win that game. It's going to be obviously the game of the year, I think, in the conference.
So how did you combine, two things that you make no money at, because, I'm a sports broadcaster, but comedy, and you're like, these are the things that I want to do in my life?
Well, the funny thing is, I have a degree in physical therapy, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to do a sure thing. I don't want to actually have money every 2 weeks.
No.
So let's chase all these different dreams that have, you start every Sunday at zero and then hope for the best. And so it started with stand-up. And, since I was a kid, I was obsessed with sports and, pro wrestling. And 15 years ago, I got a chance to start working in pro wrestling. Didn't really know where that would lead me to, but I'm the kind of person, I'm too stubborn to not put 100% into everything. And long story short, it led to a chance with WWE. And I worked there for a while and essentially did everything with a microphone, play-by-play, ring announcing, hosting live events, interviews. And that led to, working in mixed martial arts and boxing and Muay Thai. And now I kind of do a little bit of everything. But I was telling you yesterday, JJ, like basketball and football, definitely want to dip my microphone in those pools as well. But right now, combat sports kind of keeping everything busy, luckily.
So what were some of your influences, in comedy? Like, what drew you to that as one of your passions?
I was a fat kid. That's pretty much the simplest thing. I was, and I know in 2025, it's not good to say fat. You have to say well-rounded, big-boned. I don't know what it is. No, I was fat. I was 11 years old. I weighed about 170 pounds. But I was not, I wasn't like an aggressive kid. So if you don't develop a sense of humor at an early age, you're kind of going to think a little bit. And so for me, that's where I got my sense of humor from. I became obsessed with the show In Living Color and watching stand-up because it blew my mind. I was like, wait, there's people on stage making strangers laugh, and these people are actually having a good time. I'm like, that's kind of neat. And now that I've been doing it for so long, it's just like second nature to me. It doesn't really faze me. I don't think it's that difficult to do, but yet people say public speaking is, I guess, everyone's number one fear.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I guess I must be a weirdo then.
Yeah, no, and I hear that all the time, right? I mean, how do you talk in front of all those people? He's Johnny LaQuasto. He's with us this morning on these Sports Animals. He's a sports broadcaster. He's a comedian. He's got shows coming up at Quesada's on Friday and Saturday. You can go out and see him. He's been all over the country. He's touring. He's been on all kinds of shows and movies. Was there ever, well, I know there was because you're a stand-up, and every stand-up comedian has had this moment where you talk about the fear of talking in front of people. The joke just didn't hit, and you're standing there, and they're just not into your mess tonight.
That happened many times over the past 15-plus years, but the one moment where I remember being very nervous was, I occasionally do corporate shows, especially in the medical space, because, having a healthcare background, I worked in hospitals for 15 years. I have a lot of healthcare material, and I got booked for my first corporate show where I was going to be in front of an audience of only medical people, only healthcare people. And I knew I had the material, but I didn't know. I've been in hospitals for 15 years. A lot of these people don't have senses of humor at all, and they don't know what it's like to just kick back and relax. And so I had to get up and do 40 minutes of stand-up on a stage without an actual microphone. They gave me like a little lavalier microphone, which was weird enough to begin with. I felt like I was Tony Robbins because I had 2 free hands. I didn't know if I was supposed to do like a life coaching session or stand-up. And I had to really psych myself up for that one. Luckily, it did go well, and the people had a really good time. But I think it's when you're in front of a bunch of your peers, that's when you get the most nervous. Strangers are great, but when you're in front of other people who know what you're talking about, that, you know, consider you an equal, I think that's kind of what gets me a little nervous.
That's probably right? You don't watch a comedy show like everybody else watches a comedy show. It's like, you know, I did news and sports on TV for so long. I don't watch a newscast like everybody else does. You watch it critically, and you know how was the writing? Oh, they missed that cut, right? You're probably watching a comedy show the same way and watching all the technical stuff and the writing and the way they stand there and all the interaction, right?
Oh, 100%. Just like you guys host morning radio. I guarantee, you know, you could listen to, say, a show like Cowherd or Rich Eisen, and there's certain takes where you can tell, all right, they're doing that just to get attention. They don't really believe that ridiculous take when it comes to sports. But that's the art of it, and you watch it through a different lens once you do something professionally.
You know what? In your style, like in your shows, we see a lot now, crowd work, and especially on social media, all the clips are like people going back and forth. When people go to your show, is it, hey, shut up, listen to my jokes because that's what I'm here to do?
Well, here's the thing. I think interaction is awesome, but I'm going to let a little secret out to everybody. I know there's a lot of comedians who have gotten popular on social media from crowd work, and good on them. Crowd work is the easiest part of stand-up comedy. It is the lowest common denominator. It really isn't that difficult because most times, if you do, quote, get heckled, which to me, heckling doesn't bother me. Every now and then someone will get out of control. But for the most part, people are having a good time, and if you handle it the right way, they realize, oh, I should probably be quiet. I'm not one of those comics that gets angry on stage. I'm not confrontational. If someone wants to talk, I'll have a conversation with them. But crowd work is truly the easiest part of stand-up, and it cracks me up that there's comics getting famous from it. And so many people are like, oh, so-and-so's a genius. Do you see their crowd work? I'm like, no. Because most of the time the laughs are coming from the person in the audience, and the comic is just reacting from it. So I enjoy doing it when it happens, but I'm not one of those comics that necessarily forces it. But when it does happen, you could definitely have some like magical moments that people remember.
All right, coming out to New Mexico. You been out here before? But you spent any time?
Here's the crazy thing. I was supposed to be in Albuquerque back in April to call. Maybe you guys heard it was coming. It was a boxing match between Rampage Jackson and Rashad Evans. It was going to be at the Hive. And it was a big thing. There was a whole lot of promotion around. It was going to be a really good card, too. Like a bunch of really well-known boxers, some undefeated up-and-comers were on the card. And I'm not kidding. My flight was essentially booked. And then 2 days before it was supposed to happen, maybe 3 days, they pulled the whole rug out. And the event didn't happen. So I feel like it was meant to be that now I'm coming to outside of Albuquerque, I should say, this weekend.
It'll be on Friday and Saturday at Quezada's. You can go out and see Johnny LaQuasto. Where can they find some info on you? They want to maybe go look at some of your stuff. Like maybe somebody said, hey, it intrigues me. Who is that guy? I want to watch him a little bit. Where can they find you?
Real easy. You can go to Quasto.com, Quasto, or I'm on all social media platforms at jquasto, the letter J, Quasto.
All right. You're going to spend Thanksgiving here, or are you coming in on Friday?
I have to come in on Friday morning. Going to be hanging out with the family this week and then flying in Friday, and I cannot wait. I've heard amazing things about the club. It's owned by a bunch of great people. I always tell people support comedy clubs that are, number one, independent, and number two, owned by comedians, because they generally know how to run things instead of the big corporations. So I'm really excited.
Now, enjoy your time. Safe travels. I've spent many a Thanksgiving in Orange County, and they've all been great. So happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thanks for giving us a few minutes this morning.
Likewise, and thank you guys for having me, man. I love talking sports, and I appreciate what you guys do. So, looking forward to this weekend.
Thanks, Johnny. Safe travels. We'll see you.
Likewise.
Johnny LaQuasto is going to be out at Quezada's. You can go see him on Friday and Saturday coming up this weekend. All right, we're going to reset when we get back. 505-246-0610. Open it up to you. It's yours the rest of the way. What did you hear from Sean Lewis, the San Diego State coach, that maybe intrigued you a little bit? Get your headlines this morning as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Check out a new tail.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I've ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
All you'll have to worry about is which store you will hit first. It's SportsAnimalABQ.com. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. All right, I want to go back a little bit, and I appreciate Johnny LaQuasto coming on. That sounds like that's going to be a pretty fun show. What you heard out of Sean Lewis, the San Diego State coach. And to me, JJ, was everything you'd expect. It was a confident coach. His team's playing well. Young coach that playing through injuries. He talked about some of the big injuries that they've had, especially on the offensive side. He talked about why things turned around. He gave all the credit to the players. But I thought it was interesting, the perspective of it was an administration that let him fight through a 3-9 season, where I tell you all the time, you can't lose a damn game.
Wasn't that his first season?
It was, yeah. Well, I mean, all right. But
I know that's what that one I'm just questioning, like, what are you doing at that point? I mean, as fans, I know you're frustrated, but you think, even in this era of college athletics, that firing a coach after 1 year makes sense? Like, that is just the stuff that I won't buy into a lot of times. Because, you look at Sean Lewis coming in, it wasn't a Nathaniel Hackett situation per se, where there were moments, there was stuff there. And especially, with the offensive line talent, player like Lucky Sutton, that was, let's give this dude who has a proven track record of producing good offenses and good teams, especially at this level, a year or two. It was the right move, and now they're playing for a chance to host the Mountain West title game.
Yeah. And he talked about culture and guys believing in it, and he was very, very complimentary of Jason Eck and everything that's going on at New Mexico. So, yeah, if you didn't hear it, it's I think it's worth about 10 minutes of your time to listen over on SportsAnimalABQ.com, what Sean Lewis had to say coming in and playing the Lobos. All right, some NFL stuff. Cowboys go Thursday against the Chiefs. Every game, and this is, I mean, I don't want to ask, is the bigger game for who? Because the answer is yes. These are two teams that are trying to get back into a playoff spot in both the NFC and the AFC. Two teams who are playing well, Cowboys and Chiefs. Tyler Guyton is the Cowboys' left tackle. He will probably miss Thursday's game. High ankle sprain during the win over the Eagles. Left the game in the second half. He did not return. The left tackle is about as big a spot as there is in your football team after quarterback. That's a big loss.
It is. Especially when we know what Kansas City does. It's that front seven. They're going to try to really get to Dak Prescott because of the confidence that Dak should go into this game with that second half. In that passing game, I mean, I think CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens can make plays, but it's going to come down to, against Kansas City, they're going to keep it tight, and can you win a slugfest with a game like that?
Other side, Chiefs are going to be without their right guard, Trey Smith. He left Sunday's game, ankle injury also. Expected to miss time in the future beyond just this Thursday. He's been dealing with high and low ankle sprains. He's missed one game this season. He was the only Chiefs starting offensive lineman to miss one of their 96 offensive snaps on Sunday. So a big piece of their line will be out as well. I haven't even looked at the number on that game. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna guess Chiefs by 1.5. What do you think?
Kansas City minus 3.5.
3 is the number. So you win that. All right. Texans quarterback, C.J. Stroud. Dude, I picked up Davis Mills in fantasy the other day, like you told me. I did it right here.
2 tutties.
So I was losing yesterday. We're both in the 180s. Everybody else was in like the next highest was 120. One of us was going to get one of those games. And Davis Mills got me the 2 tutties, and it kind of put me over the top because when Teddaroo McMillan scored yesterday, winner, chicken dinner. Davis
I gotta
Mills.
quit fantasy, man.
What's that?
Can't stand fantasy football.
It's the worst thing ever. No, you and I are both like one of the highest scoring teams in our league and burying the standings. I know. C.J. Stroud's status does not change. So DeMeco Ryans is the head coach of the Texans. He said yesterday that C.J. Stroud is still in concussion protocol. He got hurt in the Week 9 loss to the Broncos. He's missed the last 3 games.
This is a scary one right now.
Well, that kind of makes me think of what T. Higgins, what happened to him the other day, right? Watching the guy who comes off, just bounces his head and gets off just warbly like that. This isn't just, all right, he's back next week, he's going to be fine. I agree with you on this one. Davis Mills has started all 3 of those games. Texans have won all 3 of those games. They're right back in the playoff picture. DeMeco Ryans said that C.J. Stroud will return to the starting lineup if he clears protocol ahead of Week 13 game against the Colts. This is one of those, dude, I have Marcus Mediocre that I really don't want to play against the Broncos. And I got Davis Mills sitting there, and I'd be happy to play him against.
Where's tight end Jameis Winston?
Is he playing again, or when is Jackson Dart back?
I'm saying Dart is probably on track to play again, but you never know. If Jameis Winston could get a couple snaps alongside Theo Johnson, you see him make a play, stiff arm that Lions defender into the ground.
That was something. What? I mean, that was. Jeez. All right, Shedeur. Starting this week, Dylan Gabriel is cleared. Shedeur Sanders is going to start. This is something. When you think of all the Browns quarterbacks, and the list is like, I mean, it just rolls and rolls. He's the first rookie quarterback in Cleveland Browns, rookie quarterback, to win his first NFL start since 1995. That's 30 years. He's going to get a chance to make it 2 in a row. Kevin Stefanski said yesterday he'll start. He was 11 for 20, 209 yards. He had 66 yards on that one little screen pass, right? Which is fine. So I think it's the right move. Figure out what you got and figure out what you don't have there. Washington quarterback. Jaden Daniels making progress from the dislocated left elbow. Ian Rappaport of NFL Media says that Daniels is set to return to practice this week. Do I reclaim him, dude? I mean, I don't think you throw him out there against the Broncos. I think
he's not playing this week because it's just his first time practicing since dislocating his left elbow. But he's on the list, man.
All right, they're going to be 3-9 after this week. Do you
bring him back?
Do I need to bring him back?
So I'm glad you brought this up, Jeff. Because I've been thinking about that. Because the same people have been saying that Jackson Dart shouldn't play the rest of the season.
Yeah, but that's a different story.
Is it?
I do think so. Yeah.
Why?
Because I know what Jaden Daniels is. I think I do. Yeah, I really think yeah.
So you need to put Jaden Daniels in bubble wrap and then just keep your fingers crossed.
I'm not saying put him in bubble wrap, but I know what I got going into next year. Jackson Dart's played, 3 games? Are you certain Jackson Dart's it?
No, but that's why I'm like, Jackson Dart should play. If Jaden Daniels is medically cleared to play football, he should play football.
I'm fine with that, too, because he's paid to play football.
That's where I'm at on it. Now, if you're talking maybe the last 2 weeks of the season, I think it's a different conversation. But sitting these guys for this long, like they're still young quarterbacks.
Play football.
That you need to play football.
I agree.
Because then you're going to put yourself in a situation where it's year 2 or year 3, and you might still have some questions. And then how long are you going to be like, well, he just needs to play games, Here's an opportunity to play football.
Play football. And by the way, you're paid handsomely to play football. No, I'm with you. But if you're going to say, I'm going to sit one of these guys because, we're 3 and whatever, and I'm not going to mortgage my future on this, I think it is different because I do know what I have with Jaden Daniels. He is it. He is my guy. Jackson Dart has shown me flashes in 3 games?
Yeah.
I got to figure it out. You're absolutely sold on Jackson Dart?
Not. I'm sold that he needs to play the rest of the season. I think the people that were like, "Oh, just put him on ice." Why? That makes no sense.
No.
But even for Jaden Daniels, you're saying, "Hey."
I'm not saying that. I would understand if they said it.
Yeah. But then I'm looking at when do you bench Deebo Samuel? When do you say Zach Ertz you're not playing the rest?
No, that's right. I mean, you bench everybody when you're eliminated. Nobody plays football. You're paid handsomely to play 17 games of football.
And I still think that Daniels needs to play football because even before he got hurt, it's been very inconsistent.
Well, let me draw a parallel because I think this is fair. First of all, there's so much off the field money invested or involved with the National Football League, correct? Betting, fantasy football, all these things. This, to me, is no different than load management in the NBA. It's no different. Well, I'm going to hold them for next season because no. They're professional football players. They are signed to play professional football for the entirety of the season. And by the way, many of them have incentives linked to performance. And so whether it's he's got to go out there and get 3 more sacks or he needs to go out there and catch 5 more balls or get 117 more yards to hit a number, they're incentivized to play football. And even if they're not incentivized, their job is to play football. And there's too much riding on the line. And I'll go back to this whole thing, the integrity of the shield thing. They got to go play football, man. And by the way, you're a team that needs another team to get beat or whatever. You expect that team, even though they're out of the playoff race, to go out and play football and be competitive and be professional. I mean, tell me what...
I'm on board with you.
What's the difference between that and load management in the NBA? Other than one's in the middle of the season and one's much more physical game. I get the difference between the two games. I got a lot more quarterback news. Joe Burrow. Max Brosmer. Wait, what? Yeah, that's coming up next. 5:05. No, that's a starting quarterback in the NFL this week, probably. Max Brosmer. Yeah, that's your guy. Hey, you got an event coming up? Take it to the next level and take it to the Albuquerque Convention Center. Versatile spaces meet every need. This venue offers more than just a place. It is an experience. You've been there. You get it. You've gone to events there. You know how great they are. Stunning local art on every wall. Mouth-watering food and drink options. Your guests will be impressed at every single turn. Right here in beautiful, historic downtown Albuquerque. It's the perfect location to make your event unforgettable. Parking structure adjacent to the facility. Easy in, easy out. This is your ideal event venue. From small meetings and private gatherings to large expos, conferences, and celebrations, their team, their service, their catering go above and beyond expectations. How do I know this? Because I host an event there every single year, and I go to many. Just a couple of months ago, I was the MC for the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame banquet there. It was spectacular. I was at the Visit Albuquerque event there 3 weeks ago. Phenomenal. And every year we host the teams for the Isleta New Mexico Bowl there. They treat our guests above and beyond, the way we need them to be treated. They'll do that for your guests as well. Make your vision a reality in a space designed to impress and be at the center of it all. Visit albuquerquecc.com today and then call 505-768-4575. 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call.
And I talked to really happy about it. And somebody else in this building says, why wouldn't you be? What did he do? And I'm like, wow. And then I got this text at 505-246-0610. It says, when you say responses are split on Art Briles, I just wonder, do they not know or care about his history? Sad with all the coaches that would jump at a chance they pick this guy, protect their girls' soccer team. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. So this is, when he asked, do they not know or care about his history? JJ, I think there's a lot of people who say he didn't know that the allegations were proven to be false, and there was what one player was proven to found guilty of sexual assault, if I recall this correctly. Most of them were never prosecuted. Now, like a lot of them, if you go deep into the story, you listen to the families and the parents, and I've heard people tell me, you know what, it's a lot of these and I'm trying to be politically correct on this, but a lot of these nice girls and this is what people are telling me. Okay, this is not what I necessarily believe. Well, and they have these relationships with these athletes, and then they're embarrassed and they say, "Daddy, he raped me or he sexually assaulted me," and then not my little girl, she would never do this, and that's what a lot of people think. Okay. Now, is there some truth to that? I don't know. I wasn't there, man. But in response to this text, there's a lot of people. Everybody's got a guy. Everybody knows somebody who was close to the Baylor situation. Yeah, I got a guy. And my guy told me this. My friend told me this. I heard this. And so there's, as always, two sides to every story. And Art Briles has always said he didn't know about it and what was going on there. And nothing was, the NCAA didn't find anything legally. Very little was found. And so that's what people are saying, give him a second chance. Do they know about it? Do they care about it? It's your interpretation of what you hear and what you believe. It's literally like anything else. There's two sides, and what you think is so cut and dry and so obvious, it's like politics, man. What you believe so vehemently in your heart, how can there be another side to this? It's kind of what this is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to.
This is what Eastern New Mexico can do to make a headline. There's a connection, even if it's going back 20 years, between Briles and now the athletic director there, and you bring him in, and there you go. And this is where Art Briles is going to finish out his career, and maybe a school sniffs on him in Texas, like, let's bring in Art Briles and let's do this, and let's go on a run for 2 years. That's entirely possible, but this is where he's at in his career. Time away, you want to get back in it, you can do Eastern New Mexico.
And there may be, and I do believe this. I think there's an aspect of an old ball coach wants to coach ball. Art Briles doesn't need the money, I don't think. He got about $15 million when he left Baylor, right? Remember when Rocky Long left San Diego State and he's like, I just want to go be a D coordinator. I'll go to a high school. I just want to coach ball, right? And he left, $1 million job and was making $200,000 to be the defensive coordinator at New Mexico. Then he went up to Fort Lewis and was helping out up there. And from what I understand, he's working at Fort Lewis High School up there, right? It's like some people just want to coach ball. And I do believe in some respect, and again, I don't know the man at all, never met him. But I do believe this is a football coach who loves to coach ball and just wants to get back in it, and that's probably where he finds his solace, right? And so he gets to coach ball at Eastern New Mexico University. I'm not washing over anything that happened. I get the seriousness of everything that went down. But I've been listening to so much justification or validation, and I think a lot of people really respect Robert Griffin III's opinion, and he came out in total support of him. And I don't know if that helps or doesn't, but it's interesting to listen to all the conversation. All right, I promised you a couple of more updates on quarterbacks. Joe Burrow poised to return Thanksgiving Ravens Bengals. It looks like Joe Burrow will play on Thursday night. Hadn't played since that turf toe injury week 2. And Max Brosmer. Vikings may have to turn to Max Brosmer. J.J. McCarthy's in concussion protocol. Head coach Kevin O'Connell said that McCarthy reported having concussion symptoms on the flight home. And so you may go to Max Brosmer. Who they playing, dude? Because I want some of that defense.
Green Bay.
Oh, who's got everybody?
No.
Got.
Minnesota. Who are they playing? I'm sorry. That was last week.
Minnesota is playing. I can't find it. Where is it? Are they off? No, they can't be off if he's going to play. Where the hell is it? Why can't I find it? Minnesota will play the Seahawks. Eat your Seahawks defense in Seattle on the road. I mean, have fun with that. But you're asking me, who the hell, Jeff, who is Max Brosmer?
How do you not know who Max Brosmer is?
Come on. How do you not know who Max Brosmer is? Max Brosmer is a rookie out of Minnesota. I believe a free agent rookie, correct?
Yes.
Undrafted rookie? Have fun with that defense. I mean, what? You know what? That hurts you with your Seahawks on offense, though, because if the Seahawks blow them out, Jackson Smith and Jigba sits down for a while.
No.
No?
If they blow him out, Jackson Smith and Jigba has 106 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Boy, did I love that.
Just like he did it.
Boy,
He's the only person Sam Darnold throws to.
I mean, thank goodness.
Which is awesome if you have him.
I love him. Addie's got him. She's like, Dad, I won. JSN went big. I'm like, you know he's a Buckeye, right? Well, he's not anymore.
Doesn't matter for fantasy football.
She's like, Dad, he's not anymore. I mean, they're playing the Buckeyes this week. Yeah, but he's not anymore. He's a Seahawk. Okay. Isn't that why you drafted Colston Loveland? Because he was a Wolverine? Yeah, I cut him and someone else picked him up. Yeah. She's in 4th place, though.
That's good.
That's playoffs, right?
Playoffs. Yes, it is.
That's right. So, all right, so there's your quarterback. Max Brosmer, if you need him. By the way, Bucky Irving on track to get back for the Buccaneers this weekend. So if you went on the Sean Tucker train, well, might be time to throw him back into the water. Bucky Irving hasn't played since week 4, dealing with shoulder and foot issues. You done with the Sean Tucker thing? Can I get rid of him?
No.
Who's less valuable, Sean Tucker or Bill?
Ja'Cory Cross-Winger.
Yeah, I think I need to cut Bill, don't I? I mean, that experiment's kind of over for me.
I still don't know why they traded Brian Robinson.
Because they thought Bill and Chris Rodriguez were the thing. Now they're 3 and whatever, and Marcus Medioca's their quarterback. All right, we'll wrap you up when we get back. 505-246-0610. Remember, we're off on Thursday and Friday. So we got today, the rest of today and tomorrow. You can get in on anything you heard today, 505-246-0610 on the opening drive. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Center.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, getting you home on a Tuesday morning. What do you got to know as you go through your day? And there's a lot going on. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Niners won last night over the Panthers, Monday Night Football, 20-9. Baker Mayfield's MRI was negative. There is no structural damage for him. So, what does that mean? Well, it's kind of a pain threshold thing, and we'll see when he can play and when he can't. Shedeur Sanders will be the starting quarterback for the Browns this week. Michigan in college basketball pounds San Diego State last night, 94-54, a 40-point loss for the Aztecs in the Players Era tournament. Also in the Mountain West in the Players Era, UNLV loses to Maryland, 74-67. And in Maui, Boise State lost to USC, 70-67. Warren Schaefer, the former Isotopes manager, is now the full-time manager. They removed the interim tag from him, the Colorado Rockies. Lobo Talk tonight. You can listen to it here on The Sports Animal, 7 o'clock over right here. It'll be at Sandia Resort and Casino. And then tomorrow, Lobo men's basketball back on the air over on News Radio KKOB, Lobos and Alabama State. JJ, what time's your flight tomorrow?
8 a.m.
All right, so you're out tomorrow. I guess I knew that, huh? Somebody wanted to play Leaving on a Jet Plane because you're on your way to Florida for the big women's tournament. Gopher says it is a football coach at ENMU, Jeff. Who cares? Kind of a lot of people do. with all due respect, Gopher, this is a national story in New Mexico. A lot of people care, and it's got more people talking about Eastern New Mexico football than we maybe ever have. And you got a guy who was really successful at a really high level, who is now coaching at Eastern, who has been out of the game, basically banished from the game, and resurfaced there. And why he was out is a reason people care. The fact that he's back in, people care. Like, if you don't, that's cool. But who cares? A lot of people would be the answer. Is that a fair answer to that?
That is a very fair answer.
Jack couldn't disagree with me and Fred Holtzberg more, Jeff. The Allsups in Roswell has probably ordered extra burritos. It's a chance for their employees to pick up an extra shift or two and earn some Christmas cash. It's their New Mexico Bowl. The people in Albuquerque would not appreciate this game, but Weed Bowl Stadium will be stuffed fuller than your turkey for Roswell and Artesia. So he does not think that there should be a big celebration of football in our state and play it in one central location. I respect that, and I disagree. I mean, I don't disagree.
I think if you're going to change anything,
yeah,
then at least make it the higher seed. Stop trying to play fair. Like, oh, it's not fair. Well, guess what? You're old enough where you're playing to win the game. And higher seed should host. And you have to keep going somewhere, so be it.
To me, that is, when I got here 30 years ago, I thought it was one of the dumbest rules I've ever heard in athletics. And 3 decades later, it is still one of them. That the better seed does not host the game necessarily. We have to return the game. Wherever, when these two teams last played in the playoffs, wherever the game was, it'll be at the other place this time. So the 8 seed make it to host the 1 seed. It's just
that. I think that would be the thing you could get changed, because they're never going to centralize it, because it's big city versus small town, and big city is going to lose because they're like, oh, you get everything, and you city slickers, and it's like, okay, well, at least do higher seeds hosting, because they earned it and they deserve it.
I can't agree with that more. You ever been to the state basketball tournament? What if they played those games in Dexter?
They never been saying that. Dexter Tasty Freeze would be popping.
You think it would have the same effect? And is the answer, well, University Stadium isn't the pit? Is that the answer?
The answer is that's just the way it is.
Such a bad answer. It just is. All right. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. Jim Rome shows after that. Unfiltered with Kenneth Thomas comes in at 4 o'clock. Lobo Talk, Coach Eck and Robert Portnoy will be in at 7 o'clock tonight. We're back tomorrow morning, or at least I am, with award-winning radio. We'll do it at 7 a.m. Thank you to Sean Lewis, the head football coach at San Diego State. Thank you to Tony Sanchez, the head football coach at New Mexico State, and our guy Johnny LaQuasto for being with us today.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Adrian, I'll see you tomorrow. Great work. JJ, big day for you.
Huge.
Safe travels. Have a great Thanksgiving in Florida. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Spell, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today.